In this video I'm going to attempt to repair a Xbox 360, the Slim model, and I don't own any Xbox from my friend, so he asked me to try to repair it. And if I plug in the power cable, I will show you what's the problem. So I plugged the power supply, or they call it also power brick, into the mains, and you can see the LED indicator is orange right now, and it's supposed to be because it's in a standby mode, or when it's not connected yet. So when I connect it to the Xbox, it is still in orange, the power supply, and the problem is that the Xbox is not turning on. So I think that there are two cases that we have to look for. One is the power supply itself, and the second is in the Xbox. So what I'm trying to do is first, using my multimeter, try and see the voltage on the AC adapter. I hope you can see it here. Okay, so the adapter is on standby mode, so I guess it should be 5 volts on one of the rails. The Xbox has the power supply has 2 outputs. One of them should be like 5 volts at the moment, so I'm gonna check it. I'm setting my multimeter to 20 volts, and the outer layers are the grounds, and the inner ones are the power lines. So I'm going to check it, the first one. It doesn't read anything yet. So this one we have 0, and I'm going to check for the second one. And this one we have 5.23, and seems to be okay. But I'm going to open the power supply and see if there's something wrong in it. Maybe a bad capacitor or a loose connection, because on the other one I was reading 0, and I don't think that it should be 0. It should be something like 12 or 15 volts. So I'm going to check that first. And I don't think that I have to tell you that you have to remove it from the main before you start working on it. So the power supply of the Xbox has 4 rubber fits. You can see one of them here, and the other ones I have removed, and the last one I wanted to show you, so I'm going to remove it right now. So for removing it, you need some sort of plain screwdriver like this. So you just you're gonna carefully try to pop it open, the rubber fit, and inside it, it's always a good idea to keep your things, screws and fits, rubber fits, everything in a case so you don't miss them or lose them. So there's the screws on this are Torx 8. So for opening them you need a TX8 screwdriver like this. You see it's like a star, and there's a hole between in the middle, so you just be careful, don't use any other screwdrivers. You will waste your time and you may damage the screw itself. So I'm gonna open it, because the last one we still have some power in the power supply because of the capacitors are still charged, so you're gonna be very careful with this and possibly wait till they are discharged. So I think it has still some charge in it. I'm waiting. I'm not going to touch it sorry, before the yellow light goes off, so I'm just leaving it for a moment. And there's also a fan. I was checking on the internet, and some people would say that if the fan is not spinning because maybe it's got blocked by the dust or something, then it doesn't turn on. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to check the fan in the upper side of the power supply case, if it's clogged by dust or other stuff. So for opening them, it's just normal Phillips screws. You're gonna need your normal screwdriver. Going to find it. Just a moment. Okay. I'm gonna sit down. So what we're gonna do is remove the screws for the fan. Oh, I will need a bigger screwdriver. Okay. Okay, there are I believe these two screwdrivers are for the fan. I'm gonna open them and see. And the light is gone for the LED indicator, so I think the capacitors are discharged and it's now safe to work with it. So 2 screws, and 2 other screws are smaller. The two here and here were bigger, and these 2 are smaller, so use your smaller screwdriver for opening them. And remember the place of the screws. Don't put the big one back into the small one, so because you're gonna destroy the screw holes. Okay, now it's should come off. Not quite yet, because there's one more screw there. Here, I'm gonna try to remove this one also. And let's see what's going on with the fan. Okay. Okay, now we have the fan here. To me, it looks quite clean, and yeah, it's a 12-volt fan. I'm gonna test it with AC adapter to see if the fan is working. So I'm gonna pause the video and find my power supply to testing the fan only. So just wait a bit. Okay, I've found my adapter. It's just a normal wall adapter, and it's some 12 volts, because we have the fan here at 12 volt also. If you read on the on here, it's rated for 12 volts and 220 milliamps. So it's not a very powerful fan, and that's what you expect in a small power supply like this. So what I'm gonna use is use some jumper wires to power it up. I need like 2 of them. Okay, I'm gonna put the plus side in my adapter, and also the oh, it came off, so I better to do it like this. I'm sure you can do it to yourself, so it's not a big deal. Just power it up with a 12 volt adapter anyhow, and it's rather safe to touch 12 volts DC. It's not going to kill you. So I think it's better to first put it in the fan connector, then put it in the, depending on the type of your adapter. So I don't see it working. Maybe I'm on the wrong side. Be careful of the plus and minus signs. Okay, I can see the fan is turning on, so it's not a problem with the fan. And also I don't think it's a problem with the adapter, so I'm gonna check it anyway and see what's going on. So there's a big chance that the problem is in the Xbox itself, or maybe the front button, the touch button, is not working. And my friend told me that she tried it with the gamepad, and it's not turning on with the gamepad either. So let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to check the adapter itself, the power supply, for any sign of damage. This is where you put the main cable, and it comes into some sort of a step-down converter from 220 volt AC to some DC value, and this is the main filter cap. It seems to be okay, and also the transformers look to be okay. There are some big capacitors also there. They're also okay. So I don't think that we have a problem here. Just curious. It looks fine. And here we have the voltage ratings inside the power supply, if you can read it. I'm trying to show it to you. So you can see the signs like reset, PS on, or plus 5 volt standby. And so 5 volt standby is the red wire, and the yellow one is the 12 volt that we didn't see on the end of the cable. Maybe it requires a mechanism from the Xbox itself to tell it to turn on the 12 volt rail. I'm gonna try that. And the black one is ground, as you expect, and the blue one is the PS on, or a power supply on. So I believe if you and there's also the white cable that is sense, and I don't know what is it for. Oh, I think if you short the PS onto the ground, then it should turn on. Anyway, so we didn't have any problem with the fan, and we almost didn't have any problem with the power supply. So I'm gonna see what can be the problem. Before putting back, because I think the power supply is okay, so before putting it back, I'm gonna just check for the continuity between the cables here. Okay, before putting back the power supply again, I'm just gonna to make sure that the problem is not from the cable. I'm gonna to perform a continuity test between the wires here that I told you, the ground and the 5 volt, 12 volt standby, and the sense wire to the end here, to the end part. So first I'm gonna check the ground. So I have set my multimeter to continuity. You can see it on most multimeters is marked by a diode on a speaker. So what it does is it will tell you if a wire has been opened or it still has continuity. So if you do the probes of the multimeter, you should hear the sound. So what I'm going to do is to check the ground wire first. So we have the ground connected. We have another ground on the other side. I'm going to do that also. And make sure you don't connect it, to the mains. Or else you're going to end up in the graveyard. But hopefully not. Okay, the ground is also okay, and then the ground inside. Because if you look to them, you see there's metal also on the outside. I see there's metal inside and there's metal outside. So my guess is the metal on the outside and the inside are ground, and two of them, the two tiny metals inside, okay, come on, focus, are the 5 volt and 12 volt. Then I don't know what will happen to the sense and the PS on, so I'm going to check for it to find it in the cable. So I'm going to check the thing that I believe is is the ground inside. So I'm not touching that straight line. I'm just touching the metal in the inside the circuit. Okay, that one is also ground. That one is also ground. Now the only two things left here are the okay, come on, focus. Are these two signal wires, the pins in the middle. If my camera can show it to you. Okay, the pins in the middle. I'm gonna check them and see which of them is the 5 volt and which of them is the 12 volt. Then, as I said, I have to find which one is the PS on and which one is sense wire. It's gonna be a little bit tricky. So that one is not the PS on. So this one is 12 volts. Okay. The pin in the middle of the, if you face it like this to yourself, if it's to yourself, is the left one. This one. So if you face it, imagine you are the camera and you're looking to this. To me, it's the right one, but for you, it should be the left one. So the middle pin in here is 12 volt, and I guess the other one is the 5 volt standby that we first, when it was powered on, we tested and it was 5 volt. And let's check it again, just to make sure. The 5 volt is the red wire. Okay, we have 5 volt there. Then I don't know where is the PS on and sense wires. kind of strange because I can't see anything here. I have to look it up. Maybe I have to check internet and come back to you. Okay, there was no need to going to internet and check it. I just found it out myself. I will show you if my camera gets focused. Please, come on. Yeah, stupid camera. Okay, you see at the end of the plug connector, there's also two metal shields, and one of them is the PS on, and the other one is the sense. So we have on the outer layer we have the ground, and the inner layer we have the ground. The one in the middle, the pin, is 12 volt, and that one is 5 volt. And at the end of it we have the PS on, and at the other side, at the end, we have sense line. So I will try to short them together and see if the power supply is going to be turned on. Okay, now that I found the PS on connector there, I want to turn on the adapter by shorting the PS on to the ground to see if the light goes to green or not. So if it goes to red, it means that there's something wrong with the power supply. So what I'm going to do, I have put back the top of the case, so when I'm going to plug in the mains, I don't risk my life. So be careful when you're dealing with main power. I couldn't emphasize this anymore. So I'm going to put it back. Now we have yellow light, but I can see the yellow light here, but since I haven't closed this, then the light canal is not enough to show you the light, but it's orange now, so it's still in the standby mode, believe me. So I'm gonna try to short the PS on pin that I was believing it was here to the ground. Apparently it was the other one. And we still have yellow, haven't turned on yet. Oh, you see, it got red, so I have a feeling that this could be a problem with the power supply. And what I'm gonna do is to find a friend of mine that owns an Xbox and try to borrow his power supply and check it with the Xbox that I have here, and see if that will take care of the problem or not. First I have to tell you how to put back the power supply. So then again disconnect it and wait till the light goes off, in case it went off. So I'm gonna what you have to do for the fan, just put it back, put the fan back, and screw the two diagonal screws, the two big ones, and make sure that the vent holes are in this side. So if you look at this, the cable comes from this side, the side with the smaller hole, and the vent holes should be on this side, and just screw them with the two bigger screws that you saw in the beginning of the video. And when you've done that, just put it back in the shielding, and remember the orientation. just screw them back with the two smaller screws that we had. I have to find my smaller screwdriver, the Phillips screw. So there was 3 of these small ones. That's one. There's another one. And the last one. Okay, now you have to have it like this. Then bring back the power supply. Let me again zoom. And this side with the bigger rectangle, half rectangle, belongs to the side for the mains. So I'm going to put it like this. But first of all, don't forget to put the connector of the fan in the place. It was right here. This one. This is the connector for the fan. And this is the light guide for the indication LED. So make sure you put it back, otherwise you wouldn't see the lights anymore. Then put back the wire, and yeah, just press this pretty much everything. Just try to stick it back together. Don't use force. If you are using force, then it means that something is in the wrong place. Just double check everything. So first put the this side. Remember, don't use force. If you are using force, it means something is out of the place. Just like my case, I have to find out what's the problem. This one looks fine. This one looks fine. The board itself looks fine. Told you not to use force, but I'm punching it to the death. Okay, it looks better now. Yes, as I told you, if you're using force, then it means something is out of place. So what I'm going to do is just, oh, this one is out of place. Okay, the last attempt. Now it looks fine. Just going to screw back. Because I couldn't see any problem in the power supply. I didn't see any damaged components. So as I told you, I'm going to find the another power supply for Xbox and test it, and if it works, it means this power supply is damaged, and then I have to do further investigations to see which part is damaged. But I have a feeling that the 12-volt rail is having some difficulties. I have to double check that later. So I'm just going to screw back the stuff, and I'm thankful of you for watching my videos. Please subscribe, and don't forget to check my website and the forum. It's not very crowded yet, but if you ask any question there regarding electronics, programming, and anything else, I would try to answer you. And that's pretty much it for now. So after I found another power supply, I will test it, and I will let you know what was the result. And if the other power supply that I borrowed from someone didn't work, then we have to crack the Xbox itself open and see what we can find there. So see you next time. Bye.